defensively, how are we going from being one of the best run defenses in the league to back-to-back weeks and making Josh Jacobs look like Walter Payton and then making Devin Singletary look like Gale Sayers, as I said on Twitter? I mean, because this is one of Devin Singletary's probably best games in the NFL. I mean, we average about 5.5 yards a carry today. What's going on with our defensive line that we're kind of allowing the holes based on what we saw Monday night and now we're seeing tonight against the Bills?
I mean, we're in the pass defense, so you pick your poison, right? Yeah, you don't want Diggs and those guys to beat you, so that's what you do. You sit back a little bit, and then some of those lanes might be open. I don't know, Singletary. Okay, he had a game. To me, it just all right. Give him that. So I'm trying to think. He had total offense was like 500 and something. I think they had 400 and whatnot. They even have rushing? They had 109 yards rushing. That's Singletary. It didn't make any much noise like that. You know what I mean? Right. So you go in with the scheme and what are you thinking? What do we need to stop more? What do we have to do? Right? And so you had to give and take. It's a give and take type of deal, especially with what you have. Like you said, personnel. And it is part of that is knowing your personnel. Right, it's knowing your personnel too, and so let him run for let him 20, 30 yards, and let him get a little pat on the back. Okay, it's not killing us. It's a bend and no break, right? We know what they like doing. We know they're gonna get the ball in Josh Allen's hands. That's what they want. They want to pass the football, and so if you give up a little bit because you sit in pass defense, whatever,
Yeah, I actually 100% agree with JD on this one. I think that it's a lot to do with pick your poison. I know that Spags, especially in these games against hot offenses that can throw the ball very well. We know that the Raiders have Devontae Adams, and that connection is there. Darren Waller when he's healthy, Hunter Renfrow, and then you have the onslaught of the Bills and the talent they have. We all know the Bills are a pass-heavy offense. I think going into this game, if I'm not mistaken, Josh Allen accounted for 86% of the Bills' offense this year, whether it's him passing the ball or running the ball. And I think he was right behind his running backs in total yards on the ground this season. So it's been the Chiefs looking at this and going, all right, let's make sure if they're going to beat us, they're going to beat us on the ground today. It is frustrating to watch because it feels like death by 1,000 paper cuts, and it's not fun to see your defense get pushed back and back. But we saw, to the Chiefs' defensive credit, when they got in the red zone, they put the pressure on, and they made Josh Allen work, and you saw the inefficiencies for the Bills and how much more difficult it was for the Bills to get in the end zone. Every single point the Bills scored today, it was earned for the most part. I will say that. And the Chiefs' defense did make them work. I do believe the Chiefs' defense, rushing-wise, can get better because I don't think they're playing a great style of defense in the run game, but I will live with the results of the run game beating the Chiefs more than the pass defense beating the Chiefs because we know what this league is about. And we know that in order for the Chiefs to get back to a Super Bowl, they're going to have to make it hard on quarterbacks, not necessarily on running backs. That's not me justifying it. That's me contextualizing it. That's me explaining why the defense is playing the way they're playing. And as long as the results favor the Chiefs far more than they don't, I'm going to be able to live with this far more than if the Chiefs are giving up 400 yards in the air and 50 yards on the ground. I think the Chiefs have a much better chance of winning games if they're giving up 80 to 120 yards on the ground and giving up 250 yards in the air. I think their chances are much better.
Yeah. My fault. I was looking at the playoffs for the last. We have 387. They have 443. They had 125 yards rushing. We had 68 on it. So it's still like they went, 125. Like you said, they're a pass happy team, right? So it is that like you said, you make it a decision, picking your poison, like Lance said. I mean that's the reality of it. So I think is with these guys, you learn from it. You're gonna learn a whole lot about what it is that you have, how they competed out here this past, this past game, who guys are. I mean, you really know now who you have. Okay, and I said this usually around about game 6. You know who you got. You know who guys are, really. Okay? And so we kind of seen that. We kind of seen that. We've seen everybody's their character, how they respond. I like how our offense responds when things don't go well, right? It's like we go right back to it. We go right back to, Kelce. Maybe I wanted a couple more check downs over here, right? I was just like, maybe a couple check downs. But, hey, guys got open. Okay? Still expected. Same thing we talked about also, too, is if Patrick drops back, well, they're going to make sure. It seemed like also, too, it's like they was telling their defensive ends, okay, if you can't get to the outside right now, rush inside so you flush Patrick out because that's where the spy catches him, right? Or he sits back and runs back a little bit deeper. And so now we're going to catch him on the backside. I guarantee that they're saying all these things in the meeting because they know our tendencies, right? And when you start watching a team, what their tendencies are, you're going to try to play to that, okay? Let them play into their hand. Let them get right here. So it's always going to be a battle when you talk about that. It's all strategy and tactics. What do you want to do? How you want to get guys to respond with in their hands. So that's what it is. It's a big chess match. It is.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts.